Welcome back to Footballology. So today I want to talk to you guys about something that might be boring to some people, might be interesting to some people. I found it to be really cool and interesting, and something that I want to talk about because I believe in defense wins championships. Some would definitely argue with this past Super Bowl being played the way it was and the way it ended, that might be an old saying that it's probably going to die here soon or shortly. I can definitely understand and see why people would feel that way. So the one thing that I want to talk to you guys about today was sack differential. So for the most part, we all know what turnover differential is, as far as the offense giving the ball away and the defense taking the ball away. And then you plus and minus, and that's what it is. That's how you get your number. A lot of teams want to lead in this category at the end of the game. So, if your quarterback throws 3 interceptions, you want to be able to take the ball away 3 times on defense to at least break even. Or if your quarterback, throws no interceptions and your defense takes away the ball 3 times, that is going to guarantee, or at least your percentages of winning are definitely going to be higher. But with sack differential, I feel like we don't talk about it enough. I don't see it being glorified enough, and especially when we're watching a game or just when people are talking about stats in general. Sack differential is something that I feel like is very important because I believe in trench play. I believe in having a quality offensive line, and I believe in having a quality defensive line. Now, as you guys can see on the screen right now, we have Deacon Jones, who pretty much coined the term sack, and they didn't start recording a sack until 1982. And that was something that I found really crazy because you think about all those years that the NFL had been around prior to 1982, that the sack hadn't been recorded, and these defensive players are probably wrecking some quarterbacks and stuff that we just never really got to truly see, and numbers that probably are kind of doctored a little bit because I know they went back in time or went back to account for a lot of people's sack or production, but something that might have been lost that we don't know, that there still might be some quality sack production out there that we have no idea about. But so Deacon Jones is one of those guys that was part of the fearsome foursome that got after the quarterback with reckless abandonment and really just pretty much tore the quarterback apart. And so that's why I feel like that having a good trench, both offense and the defense line, is very vital and very important. And that's why I want to bring this video to you guys. Because sack differential is something, like I said, it just doesn't get glorified. Like, it doesn't get talked about enough. And there was a guy that put out an article because I was looking it up on Google and I was just trying to find something on it. And a guy had put up an article about how the sack differential actually impacts fantasy play and how it affects quarterbacks and running backs and receivers, and how this stuff can actually change the game around both in real game and also in the fantasy world. So if you're a fantasy guy, this is something that you might find interesting as well. I'm gonna link that article in the description box below, so definitely go read that article. It's a quick read, it's something simple, but it's really interesting just to see how this stuff really impacts the game. So I got kind of bored when I was doing the research for this video and thinking about sack differential and everything, and I took some of the worst teams and some of the best teams of last year and put their sack differential up here. So as you guys can see, Cincinnati Bengals being the worst team in the league with a -17 sack differential lets you know that like they couldn't protect the quarterback, and they definitely couldn't get after the quarterback, which is really, really shitty. I think personally, getting after the quarterback is very vital and very important. And then you also see that the Washington Redskins only had a -4, and they were one of the worst teams in the league. And they're not that far off from plus. And I think the one that stood out to me the most was the Miami Dolphins at -35. So you would have assumed that their record would have been a lot worse than what it was. But I think this goes to show you that Brian Flores is probably onto something there, but their trenches need a lot of help. They couldn't get after the quarterback, as you can see, and they definitely couldn't protect the quarterback. And then the New Orleans Saints, I think one of the best trenches in the league as far as offense and defensively, and getting after the quarterback and protecting the quarterback. And this just proves it with a +28 sack differential. Now, I didn't do all 32 teams. There might be another team out there with a higher sack differential. If there is, definitely comment it below and let me know who that team is, and let me know what their record is. And then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers with a +22, who aren't that far off from the New Orleans Saints with a 28 sack differential. And I think that, lack of quarterback play, if anything, was probably the thing to hurt the Steelers at this point in juncture. But it definitely lets me know that they can get after the quarterback and they can definitely protect their quarterback, which are very vital things. That's what you want to be able to do. And then the other one that kind of jumped out to me, if anything, was the +5 with the Green Bay Packers. I think this, honestly, if anything, this shows me that, for one, the Smith brothers definitely went off. That shows me that. But then it also shows me that Aaron Rodgers doesn't get protected at all. I mean, they earned 41 sacks, but they gave up 36 sacks. So you definitely see where that number kind of tilts in a way and where we need to fix ourselves, especially if you're the Green Bay Packers. We need to fix our offensive line. So I don't know. I thought this was pretty cool. I thought it was really interesting. The sack differential doesn't really roll off the tongue like a lot of other terminologies in the NFL does. But I thought it was really cool. And then you would definitely see if you get a plus sack differential, you have a chance to go 500 and better. And I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of truth to that, because like I said, I didn't do all 32 teams. So if there's definitely a team out there with a plus sack differential and a below 500 record, definitely comment that below and let me know. And if your team isn't up here, definitely comment that below. Go find your team sack differential, comment it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I thought it, like I said, I thought it was really cool and just really important that this is something we don't talk about. We don't talk about offensive line. We don't talk about defensive line, especially on a higher scale of things. But I think this stuff is really something that we need to start really paying attention to, and especially just pinning out front to let you know that, yeah, your offensive line needs help if you're the Green Bay Packers, or even if you're the Baltimore Ravens, or or I guess at this point you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they more than this need to get after the quarterback more. Only 37 sacks earned last year. So like that stuff, I don't know. This is just stuff we don't get the chance to look at and really see from a, I guess, base fan level. And I thought it was really interesting. So definitely find your team sack differential, comment it below, let me know what the record is, and let me know if you think that this year's sack differential would be better or worse than last year's sack differential. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today, become a footballologist, and stay safe, football fans.